Hey guys, it's the DIY mechanic here with another video, and today we are going to work on the hydraulic steering fluid. If you are here, chances are you're having problems with your hydraulic steering. It can be because of your fluid is old and gross, or because you have whiny noise coming out of the steering pump. So before you rush to replace it with a new pump, let's change the fluid first. It is recommended to replace the fluid every once in a while. Check your owner's manual for your specific service interval. An intro and we'll get started. For the first step, we want to locate the steering fluid reservoir. Here it's the orange one on the front. We can see that the fluid color is pinkish, but soon we will take a closer look. Let's talk about the symptoms I have. So in my Suzuki, the pump is making a noise whenever the oil is cool and I'm turning the steering. Take a listen. Let's shut the engine off and replace the old fluid. I'm starting with pumping the old fluid out using a hand pump. I leave a link to the pump kit in the description below. Now we can see and compare the color of the old fluid versus the new fluid. The old one got a darker color and it's not even that old, maybe only 2 years. Let's continue with removing the feeding and returning hoses of the pump from and to the reservoir. Loose the clamp and pull the hose out. In this case, the nipple is threaded and it started to spin with the hose, so I had to use pliers to get the hose out. Good. Now with the help of a friend, you want to turn your steering from lock to lock. It's easier when the car is jacked up, but it's not necessary. Ask a friend to keep an eye on the fluid coming out of the hose we just removed until there is no more fluid coming out while you turn in the steering wheel. By doing this process, we want the engine to be off, so we don't damage the pump or get injured. Now loose the clamp of the second hose and remove the reservoir. This procedure is not necessary if your reservoir is in good shape, but in my case you can see all of those particles and dirt that's stuck onto the filter inside the reservoir. Using soapy water and a light brush, I removed all the dirt, and I dried it using an air compressor. You can just let the sun do the job for you. We connect everything back in reverse order. First the hoses and then the reservoir back on the mount. I also removed this coolant reserve hose, so I return it back to its place. Fill up the reservoir using a funnel. Learn from my mistake and make sure you don't spill any fluid. And if you do, clean it up. Now we want to bleed any air that is in the system. In this case, the manufacturer instructs to start the engine for 3 to 5 seconds, letting the pump suck the oil from the reservoir and push any air out. After shutting the engine, fill up the reservoir again and start bleeding the rest of the air with the same procedure we used to pump it out, by turning the steering wheel from lock to lock while making sure there is fluid in the reservoir, so air can't be sucked inside. After a few times, there should be no more air bubbles coming out. Keep an eye on the fluid level for the next few days to make sure everything is working good. If the video was helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can watch more DIY videos in the future. After a few days I checked the fluid color and it looked very good. Now I would start the engine. You can see it's a cold start. And let's see if the pump is making the whining noise again. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.